Hey everybody, it's Laura again, and we're going to continue with our Bakers R Us site. I have a little person who would like to wish you something.
Hey guys, good luck with your class.
All right, so Abby says, hey guys, good luck with your class. So Bakers R Us, we're working on the products page today. Hopefully everything is still there from last time. You guys have the products, the index, the about us, the contact page, your images. Everything is there. Oh, that's a lot of images. And so we're going to work with images and linking and background images and a little bit more linking. And this particular chapter in the book is about linking, but I'm going to mix images and linking because they go well together. So first thing I want to show you about the links. We've been doing links all along, and we've been doing text links. So the products, the contact, about us, and home, those are all text links. The text has a link wrapped around them, and down on the properties inspector we have index.html. It's linked to the about page for the about, the contact is linked to the contact.html, and the products is linked to the products.html. So that's a text-based link, and it's also a document relative or a site relative link. So this link knows that it's inside this folder because there's nothing before it. It just says products.html. If it was in a folder called products, and then we had like the cupcake page and the pie page and the cake page and the something else page, then you would put cakes, or you put products slash, because that would be the name of our folder. So it would be products slash and then the name of the page. And that would be still relative to the page we're on because it's looking inside the directory or inside our root folder. If you do an external link, let's see, do we have a nice external link? We do, the pixabay.com. Because that is http:// that is an external link, so it goes to another website. It's also considered an absolute link because it's very specific in where it's going. And you can do something as very specific as, http://pixabay.com/cake/1235png.png. That would be an absolute link also. They're very specific. Essentially, if it's linked outside of your root folder, it's going to be the http:// and that's an external or absolute link. If you happen to see that on a quiz or something, that's what those are. This foodnetwork.com, again, that is an absolute link or an external link. And we haven't linked all of our images, which is fine. We had some images linked. Remember we did an image map? So our pie here, which is really cheesecake, but we're going with it, it looks like pie. We set up an image map for that. And the image map we used down here on the bottom left, we used the, you have to click on the image to get those there. So the properties inspector, we've got the square, the circle, the polygonal tool, and you just clicky, clicky, clicky till you've got the coordinates all indicated so you can create an image map. And that image map, you're mapping a space on the image, can have a link set to it, and we've got an absolute reference here, an absolute link, www.eatingwell.com. And it's going to pop up in a targeted new page, so it'll be a new tab or a new window. And we could give it an alt. We could actually say healthy cherries. Healthy cherry information. So that allows us to have some more stuff. Now when you click on an image, all of our images are missing, not all of ours, sorry. Many of our images are missing the alt tag. We didn't do one for the pie. Let's say this is cream pie. So we were missing our alt tag on that one. We need to have an alt tag on all images in order to be standards compliant. The cupcake has one, the pie has one now, our donut, oh poor donut, it was ignored. Okay, chocolate, glazed donut. And it can be exactly what the image is about, it just has to be some kind of a descriptive thing. And then we've got a birthday cake, so birthday cake with candles. Again, that alt tag allows the search engines to know what is this image about, and it allows screen readers to say, oh, that's what this is if somebody is listening to the web. It also allows search engines to pop this up in the search results should you have it on the page correctly. And just overall good juju. It's overall good thing to do. If this breaks, it would then say birthday cake with candles for text instead of having the picture. So pretty much we've done a lot with images. I'd like to give a background image up here in the top. Our bakers are us, and then we've got the products. I'd like products to have maybe a little bitty background image. We haven't quite started dividing the page up, so it's a little harder to put a background image yet. But we're going to try and put a background image right here on products. So, or maybe I think I like it better on Bakers R Us. Let's do the Bakers R Us. So go to your Modify, Page Properties, and we're going to go to Headings, and our H1 is all set, so it's got the colors. Remember, you could go in here and change those if you needed to. So I just needed to check and make sure that was there. And then under CSS, Appearance CSS, we can do a background image for our page. And I'd like to do a background image, but I don't want it to be like everywhere on the page. And we don't have a background image yet, I don't think. Let's go look and see if we have anything that would be a good background image. I don't want Annette to be the background image. Ooh, what's that? Annette's got bread. Let's go through our images really quickly. Cupcake looks good. The dark cupcake, I don't think that's as flattering, but we may come back to that. That's too busy. Let's go with the black cupcake. Super exciting black cupcake. So let's open the black cupcake. Now I had clicked on background image, and then I browsed and found my black cupcake. If I apply that, it will tile it over and over and over again. I'm not sure I want it tiled. I think I just want it to repeat X. Let's see, X is across. See how it goes across? Y goes down, so you could have it go down the left-hand side of the page. Ooh, that's not too bad. And while we're doing the left-hand side of the page, we could push everything over. I'm going to play here for a second. So if we go to margins, margins push things away from each other, right? So if the background image is too wide, is kind of wide, we could say we want it to be 150 pixels from the edge, which gives our image a little smaller. If we went in and changed our image a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and say apply that and go okay. I think that will, trust me, it may work in a minute. For images. By the way, you see that scrolling thing mine is doing? That is a Dreamweaver has an issue with rendering this properly. It's not that there's a break, and it's not that it's actually going to do that for you in the website, which would be kind of cool. It's that Dreamweaver just can't render it properly. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that image because I would like it to be a little smaller. So if you've got your editing software open, that would be great. I do this off and on, so I should be having it open all the time, huh? File and open. I'm going to go hunt it down. It's in my spring classes. It's in the non-majors. It's in my Bakers Are Us. Where's my Bakers Are Us? Bakers Are Us. It's in Bakers R Us Dreamweaver. Sorry, it took me a minute to find that. And then it's also in, where's my cupcake? Cupcake. There he is, right there. Hello, Cupcake, come here. So that cupcake is a PNG. It has a transparent background. I want the image size. I'm going to redo the image size, and let's make it half the size it actually is now. So let's say 150. That's not quite half. We pushed it over 150 in width. Let's do 125 or 130, I guess is what my hands are going to type. So 130. We'll save this for web if you're using Photoshop. Go ahead and save it whatever you need to in your editor. It should be a GIF because it doesn't need to be a PNG in order to have the transparency on this one. It doesn't have a lot of colors. It's just black and white and gray. So not a lot of variegated colors, not a lot of smooth transitions in the colors. So we'll go with GIF. I'm going to save, put it in there. It's black and white. I'm going to say it's, what are we? 130 by 128 so that I know, 8, not 25, so that I know what size it is when I want to work with it. I save that. I switch back to Dreamweaver and go to Modify Page Properties again. Go ahead and find my image and find the better one here. Note that by putting the numbers in, I know exactly how big that is, and I know it's that one. Blink. So now I have this little kind of border along the edge, and I could make it smaller, but I'm going to go with this for now. File and save all. So that is a background image, and it just sits in the background. It's in the CSS, so it's not part of the HTML. You don't see this in the HTML here. That is absolutely in your CSS, and it says background image, URL, images, cupcake. Its margin is this much. So let's take a quick preview of our page here. And I'll bring it back in. And there's our website. It's got a little, well, probably would have been better if they were all colored or something, but you can play with these. I have no problem if you make them smaller, but as long as I have a background image from you guys, that would be nice. Because you need to know how to do background images. We'll be doing more of those as we learn to do div tags later, dividers on the page. But we're not quite there yet. See, I keep dangling these carrots. Look, we're not there yet, we're gonna. We really will. So while we're here, you know, it's not easy to get to the bottom of the page. What if I came here and I wanted to just look at the cupcakes, or I wanted to look at pie, or I wanted to look at cake? I don't want to read all the way down through. I don't want to scroll forever. I just want to click on something and go there. So under products, let's hit enter and say, you know, check out our products, colon, and then we say cupcakes, comma, what else have we got? Pie, comma, donuts and cake, donuts, comma, cake. I'm not going to do the comma this time. I'm saving, and then what we're going to do is we're going to link these 2 spots on the page. So they're called anchors. And so you link to anchors on the page, and then when you click on them, you jump down the page. If you've been to like Wikipedia, let's see, Wikipedia, hopefully that has wikipedia.com. So wikipedia.com will say cake. So in here, there are usually some links, just like here. They've got the content. If I click on cake decorating, it jumps all the way down to cake decorating. Well, that's called an anchor, and that's an anchor inside the page. And we're going to set some anchors. So let's go click before cupcake. So just before cupcake, we're going to give that an ID. Now, because I don't want the CSS to later get confused, I specifically use the word anchor in any ID that is an anchor. So I'm going to click just before cupcakes, and I'm going to give it an ID. And when I do an ID for an anchor, I actually put the word anchor in it. So I'm going to say cupcake anchor. That way, in case I'm doing CSS or something and I name something later cupcake, I don't want to mess up my anchor. And I think I just wrote capcake. See, cupcake. So cupcake anchor, and I'm going to actually copy that so that I don't mess up the link later. And you'll see nothing shows up in the design side. The design side's fine, there's nothing there. But in the HTML, you'll see ID equals cupcake anchor. And you could edit that if yours came out as capcake anchor. You could change that in the HTML. So go back up to our cupcake, check out our products, and select cupcakes. In the link section, what we're doing is we're linking to the same page, but then we're linking to a special spot in the page. So the link needs to go to our products page, because that's the page we're on. So it goes to the page we're on, and then at the end of that, it says products.html, and then I'm going to put # because that's the ID, and cupcake anchor. So it should, in your link, say products.html # cupcake anchor. And hit your enter, file and save all. So let's go ahead and have a look at this in Firefox. We'll preview in Firefox. And you can preview in Chrome, Safari, whatever, but I prefer Firefox. So now we click on cupcakes. It's a link and you click on it and it goes down to cupcakes. So let's go back and do that for all the other pages too. So now let's go to pie and give pie an anchor. So let's do ID is pie anchor. So just before pie, we have pie anchor, and then we can go back up to pie and link it to products. And make sure you put pound pie anchor on there. So pound pie anchor. And then we go to donuts, and we do the same for donuts. So we've got a donut anchor, and link our donuts. Time to make the donuts. Probably most of you aren't young enough to remember when there was a TV show or a TV commercial, and the commercial would have this rather round, chubby guy, and he would go, "It's time to make the donuts." And it was for like Dunkin' Donuts or something. And he would get up at obnoxiously early in the morning and go do making the donuts. So cakes anchor. And I'll take my cakes anchor and go back and anchor my cakes. So cake. And again, you're linking to the products page. And you put the pound sign. If you don't have that pound sign, the ID, hashtag, tic-tac-toe sign, whatever it is, it stands for ID. So you're identifying that little spot, just like when you guys do a Twitter tag or pick a thing. So that should work. Let's go back and save this. We'll save it. I don't know why I just selected all, but save it. Switch back to our page, refresh, and we should be able to click on cake, and it takes us to cakes. Click on donuts, and donuts comes up. Pie comes up. So that's an anchor, and that's linking inside the page. So you link inside the page to itself. And that's kind of a neat thing to do, especially with a really long page. You want to do that. Image mapping we did in the last class, last tutorial, but let's go ahead and do that to this one. So I've got the little cupcake with the cherry on top, and I'm going to go down. I click right on the cupcake. Down in the lower left corner of the properties inspector, I should be able to get, like, I'm going to go get the circle. Circle. And I have a problem because my timer is getting just in the way, so I can move this up a little. So I grab the circle, and I'm going to draw the circle over the cherry. And let's see, I will link that to www. Oh, it's an external link, right? So http://www.foodnetwork.com, because I think that's a safe place to go. And then I say the target is going to be a new page. And then I'm going to use the polygon, and I'm going to clicky, clicky, clicky to get the shape of the cupcake, or predominantly the shape of the cupcake. So there, I mostly got the cupcake, and now I can do http://www. Google.com. You can search for cupcake recipes. I don't know. And a new blank or blank would be fine. Save that. Now we've done image maps, and all that did was it put points on the image to say where each dot was connected, and then it set those to be links to wherever I wanted them to go. Now, did we already do email links? I believe we did, but down at the bottom, we're going to put that right here. Copyright 2019, Bakers Are Us, all rights reserved. And we're going to say that we've got pops at bakersareus.com. Now, to do an email linking, normally you will take the email itself and leave it as the link. So as an accessibility design aspect, you leave the link so that if somebody decides to view the web and they want to click on this, so instead of having the email that's in that computer that's been set up pop up and say, okay, I'm going to send this email, if they're using a public computer or a shared computer, something like that, it's easier to just highlight that name, copy it, put it into Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, whatever they've got, But in order to make it so that those that do have it set up on the computer they're using, you go to Insert, Email Link, and because it was already written in, it goes, the text is pop@bakersorus.com. Well, yes, it is. And the email is pop@bakersorus.com. Well, yes, it is. So, okay. And it creates an ahref mail to pop@bakersorus.com. And that link will make it so the email works much, much better. All right, what else do we have to do? We need, we've done mapping, we've done email links, we've done links from images, we've done anchor links, we've done targeting for our links, alt tags for both links and for images. We've done a background image. The last thing I think I want to do is a rollover. So we're going to do an image rollover, which we're going to take the birthday cake. And let's go to our assets panel and see what else we have for images. So we have a bundt cake and a birthday cake. Let's see what else. We have some cuppy cakes we could swap out. One of the things you do want to make sure is that they are the same size. So you want the image to have almost the same dimensions. So I've got a cupcake here that is 255 by 340. And then up a ways, I've got one that's about 200. Nope, that's cake, cupcake. So it looks like I'm going to probably open them up and edit them so that I have them at the same size. It makes life so much easier that way. So Photoshop or whatever you've got, open. And I've got, let's see, what do we want to do? Do we want to do a rollover cupcake? I think I'm going to do the birthday cake and the regular cake. So my birthday cake, I've already done this once, and it's 200 by 195. So if I open the bundt cake, yeah, it's huge. And we go image size, and we say, what was it, 200 by 140. That's close enough for now. Go ahead and say, okay. File saved for web. It's a GIF, it's fine. I'm going to save it and say that this is bundt cake 200 by 140. Was that right? 200 by 140 is good. Click OK. Switch back to Dreamweaver. And my cake, I'm actually going to do Insert. And under Insert, I want to find Image, and I want a rollover image. And this image name is Cake. And the original image is going to be the birthday cake. Where's my birthday cake? So 200 by 195. And then the rollover image is going to be the bundt cake, which is 200 by 140. Yes, I probably should go make them exactly the same, but we're not going to today. So the alt text is two different cakes, bundt and birthday. And when clicked, we can actually make this a URL also. We could go to Cakes R Us or cake.com or whatever, but I'm going to leave it alone this time. It doesn't have to be a link. So click OK. It inserted the new image. This one is the old one. I'm going to delete the old one. And this should, with save, and then we'll go preview in browser, refresh. My refresh should make it so when I run over it with the, see? Yay, it works. That's a rollover. And you can do that with almost any image. It doesn't have to be a GIF. You could do that with JPEGs, GIFs, PNGs, whatever. So, we've learned a lot. I think that was kind of fun. Go ahead and make sure you upload this, so go to Files, and we want to make sure that our remote server is refreshed and everything goes up there. And it tells me I want to do these. Yes, I do. Okay. And it only uploads the things we changed, which is really efficient. So it should be that if I go to my studentweb2014.nescom.edu/tilde my username, Bakers R Us, that I should see all my stuff. And if I refresh, I get my rollover. I can use my anchors, my image is there that's got its link and it opened in a new tab. My cherry links to a totally different place in a new tab. Everything's there. My email, if I click on it, it tries to open up my email which I really don't want my email to send it, so that's okay. I could copy and paste. So this works pretty well. If you guys have any questions, please let me know and I will try to answer them. We have a pretty light week this week, which is pretty nice. I thought you guys would like a little break. And in a couple of weeks, I believe we've got vacation 3 or 4 weeks from now. So the midterms are coming up soon also. And I will talk to you guys later.